So
I mean,
you got something to say.
You know, I don't mind. Yeah.
You ready to tap in? Let's tap
Oh,
in.
what is this? What is this? Hold
Okay,
on.
tap in.
You have the year supply, or is this the lifetime
no,
supply?
This is the supply for tonight. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Here we go.
Tap in, baby. We getting it in. Let's do it.
Are we all?
Yeah, we all.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, you got one. You need another. You good? You got your bottle of water? Are you ready? You want another? Okay. There we go. That's for you.
Hospitality at its best right here.
Hospitality at its best.
Shout to Fireball right here.
Yeah.
Yo, okay. Yeah.
Drink responsibly.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So we got you back on the show. I reached out. You know, I poked the bear. I got my man John Blaze in studio. John Blaze, we was just speaking, and the scene is at an all-time high right now.
Best it's ever been, man.
Yeah.
What do you think about the scene right now? How do you see it from your point of view?
It's just grown. It's grown, and you want to know why? It's because of shows like this. It's because the platform of people who care to not, like you just said, we're not artists. You know what I'm saying? But when you build a platform for artists and you put in effort into that platform for more artists to be heard, then you create something for people to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's trash or whether it's, yo, did you see so-and-so? Did you hear what so-and-so said? It's a beautiful thing, man. Yeah. And that's one of the things that we got to touch on tonight, because I feel like the artists, y'all artists are not taking advantage of these platforms.
They're not.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a new generation. You know what I mean? Look. You're breaking records. We're breaking records on Instagram now. We're breaking records on Facebook. Yeah. Like forget trying to get to all that. You know what I mean? Like, you can break records yourself nowadays with social media. The playing field is even now. Yeah. What's up?
Most of the guys,
who's gonna get it?
Most of the guys making all the money now in rap are independent and don't even have deals. They got labels fighting for them, and they just touring the country making money off their music.
Yeah. It's facts.
And the artists don't see that.
They don't see it. And look, there's levels to everything, man. Look, you want to make $100,000 a year, or do you want to make, $10,000 a month? Whatever you want to do, like, you can go get it. Like, there's no ceilings when you're an independent.
The ceiling is roof.
Yeah, the ceiling is a roof. Yeah.
I don't know if that was deep
or Jordan said that. Jordan, I got it from Michael Jordan. Blame him.
Man, it threw me off.
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, man. Like I say this, and this is kind of like the quote, and I want you guys to repeat this as much as possible.
Okay.
But the independent revolution is here.
Yes, sir.
And it is streaming.
It is streaming.
Facts.
Yeah, it is streaming.
You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing.
Man.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's amazing.
Toast to that. Toast to that.
Yeah, please.
Marlon, did you drink?
I already drank mine.
Oh, damn. Okay, we got to catch up.
Catch up, man. I'm mustard. Y'all catch up, baby. Come on now. But the scene is at an all-time high. We all been on the scene for a moment. What's some of the artists, man, that you probably can, you can pinpoint, because you're around them all just like us. What's some of the artists that you can pinpoint that are leading the way? Some of the upperclassmen. Everything, there's levels of everything. Freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and we got our seniors in the game. What's some of those upperclassmen that's carrying the torch and making the scene better for us?
In Phoenix, you got anybody who knows about anything is looking at Futuristic.
Facts.
Very hated. Hated on the most, probably.
I don't know why.
Because he's doing it.
Not to mention, shout to Futuristic, because he doesn't do a lot of interviews, and I was blessed to get that exclusive interview.
I've been trying to get him. I'm on his head.
Yeah.
Shout out to Futuristic.
He gives so much game. He put out a book that basically showed any independent artist how to be successful. Like, literally, what you need to do with social media, how to structure your post, how many times to post, what you should put in that post. If you read the book, it was $10.
Well, his dad did it, though. You have to understand, his dad used to be an artist.
Yeah.
So his dad wrote out, the whole concrete and then was like, look, here's Futuristic.
He did, yeah.
A lot of the times you're only as strong as the people behind you. You got a bunch of suckers behind you, you're going to end up being a lollipop yourself.
But
he got his dad.
But here's the thing. The days of how squirrels, they just gather all the nuts and then they wait to the wintertime. Nowadays it's like, look, you get information and you're sharing it. Because the more you share information, the more people are going to support you at the end of the day. The days of just gathering it all and holding it on to yourself, those days are over. Because things are changing.
Yeah.
And we need to learn things from each other every day.
Just as quick as we learn something.
Yeah.
Just as quick as I'll learn it, you'll learn it too.
Exactly. And not only that, but you might know something. You might know something that I don't.
Right.
And now we just helped each other, and now we're better. We're both in a better place, which eventually turns into the scene, and that's why you see Arizona music being more respected now than ever. Because look, and I won't say no names, but Arizona hip hop, to a lot of people in the city in Phoenix, because I know I was here, it was a joke.
No,
to a lot
it
of
was.
people.
It was.
Like
Yeah.
like oh, Blaze, why you messing with all those Arizona artists so much? Like it was a joke.
Yeah.
If you said you were an Arizona artist in Arizona hip hop, it was a joke.
Well, to be honest, like I say, we've all been on the scene. A lot of the artists was carrying themselves like jokers.
Well,
and all the music has gotten better.
not-
I think the artistry has gotten
Listen.
better. That's why the music is better.
now listen, hold on. Let me retract my statements. Because I want to get people to twist my words and be like, "You stupid." I'm not saying that the artists and the music was a joke. I'm saying that people respect
That's how they looked at
they
it.
looked at it as
Yeah.
they didn't take it serious because you only had a few people that were really doing their thing, and a lot of it there was no structure. You had shows on one side of town and then maybe one side of town, and they weren't done well. There was no organization, the promotion wasn't there, and now we have local shows on a weekly, multiple. Sometimes you got 6, 7 in one night all over the city, and that's a beautiful thing.
Be tough.
Yeah.
Real good, beautiful one.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and you got platforms like this that not only support and play the music, but you interview the artists. You give people a platform, man. And I feel like that's why we probably don't see each other enough. Throughout the year because we're all so busy doing our thing.
It's
You
a
know what I'm
blessing,
saying?
though.
I mean, we're all trying, and always say like it's we all in the same game. Like I love what you guys do over at Icon. Respect the Underground. I love what you guys do for the scene. I was able to take my daughter, my 8-year-old, out to the hip hop festival.
Yeah.
And this is stuff that you can enjoy with your family, with your kids, and it's not just about we like to go and hang out and smoke and drink and do shows, but it's starting to be bigger than that.
It is. It's a community thing, and it's recognized by the community. And I mean, when 17,000 people show up over 2 days, it says something. You know what I'm saying?
It says a
And
lot.
It's a beautiful thing to be a part of for the scene.
You said you wanted me to touch on some things, and anything that I wanted to touch on. Why do you think a lot of artists that don't get the opportunity to be on that stage or haven't reached that platform as of yet, why do you think they always attack? Why do you think they always attack justice, or they attack you, or they attack respect? Because I see it. I see it on social media all the time. Why do you think that's what they always do that? Why do you think they go that
We're
route?
in a generation of people that just expect things.
Entitlement.
At an all-time high.
Yeah.
Trophies, for everybody.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
participation.
that's
trophy.
what the problem is. Like, you got a trophy for playing ball, and now you think you deserve something. Like, nah, man. The artists who perform on the stage deserve it. You know what I'm saying? In multiple ways. Success, more than anything, put in work. You know what I'm saying? Like, really out there pushing. It's an independent game. You have to go get it yourself. Ain't nobody going to do it for you.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because what we look like, putting all this stuff together for you, and you don't post not one time. You haven't done any shows with us throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you want the biggest show in the city of the year, in the state. No, it don't work like that. That don't work like that anywhere you go, no matter what you do. So why would it do this in hip hop? You know what I'm saying?
So you think it's an entitlement thing? The artists feel like, oh, you guys are doing this for Arizona. We're Arizona artists. You should put on as many artists as you can put on this and just run with it. It's an entitlement thing?
You got to get involved, man. The artists who stay involved, get involved. We reach out to everybody. Believe it or not, we reach out to everybody. Whether they want to get down with us or not, that's another story. But, we want everybody to be involved. But at the same time, there's only so much time.
Yeah.
Who deserves it? The ones who sit out and do nothing all year, and then once November comes around, like, yo, what's up? Can I get on the stage? You know what I'm saying?
I think,
Don't worry
and
about
I
that.
just want to say this to the local artists too, who feel that way if they don't get on that main stage. If you haven't been dropping projects and putting in that work, and you feel like you need to be on the same stage as a J-Rob or a Deli every day,
Prove it.
you know what I'm
Show
saying?
us.
Like, put in that work.
What
These
artists
is
don't understand is
cats
like
really put in work.
as DJs, we look to break the next artist. I want to say I've worked with this artist
want that
before.
next record.
Exactly. I want to say like we've been playing that.
Yeah.
Or like
I played that first.
I hosted that tape
fact,
some years ago.
I played that first.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a thing. And not only that, but like it's just how things work. You got to get on our radar. Once you get on our radar, then we'll reach out to you. But if you're not on our radar, then it's good. It is what it is.
So you got to step your game up, artists. I mean, you get what you give. You give 100%, you get 100% results back. You half-ass it, that's what you're gonna get. Half-ass
and
results.
two, look, create a relationship. Ain't nobody gonna just, come to you. You have to also reach back to, to us too,
true.
and create communication and dialogue throughout the year.
Best
What are you up to? Like,
relationships have
Blaze,
great communication.
send me something. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, this ain't. You know how many artists hit me up? You know how many artists there are? There's thousands of artists that we work with in a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time in the day to make sure I keep up with each and every one of you.
That's
You know what I'm
what you
saying? Do your job, do your diligence, and make sure that, I'm seeing you the best you can. I got a life, too. I got bills, too.
Yeah.
My job isn't to break you. We can work together and maybe make something happen. You know what I'm saying? But my job isn't here for you, because if I sat around and supported everybody that they felt needed to be supported, well, then where would I be? How many of you are supporting me?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? How many of you tune into my shows, tune into this platform on a weekly basis to get familiar with the scene? You know what I'm saying? And then want to complain because we're not playing your records, or you're not getting your interview. What value does that have for us? What have you done for us to allow you on our show? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to beat somebody.
Yeah, no, fact.
Give me another one.
You know what I
Give me
mean?
a couple of them. Give
Look,
me in a
Yeah.
row.
No, this fact. I got a little.
Hey,
I
one
got
more
I got
time.
family.
One
that
more.
be-
Give me two more.
One more time. One more time. Hold down one right there. It's, you know how they say it's about who you know? It's wrong.
It's about what you do.
No. Well, that too. But it's about who knows you.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's about who knows you. So what are you doing to be known?
Like you said, it's a mutual thing, though.
It's a new day, man.
It's got to
Like,
be a
look,
relationship, a mutual
I
thing.
be trying to do my thing. I be trying
Yeah,
to
you-
be known.
you
I'm-
doing
I'm-
your thing.
I'm trying my best.
Yeah, no, because I got family members that be rapping and shit. They be like, bro, let me come down, get on the show. Well, give me a reason. That's what I tell them. Give me a reason to put you on the show.
I mean,
I'm not
you
just
know.
gonna bring you through on some like, hey, this is my little people shit. Like, no.
Well, that's like Blaze. Like going back, like we were one of your first interview, probably your
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
And you were my first interview. Like
That's right.
When I came out
That's
with
right.
the original studio at the crib.
You was still a little
It was
wet behind
still-
the ears.
Still a little wet.
breath
still-
smelling like
I had
Similac.
just started hosting, and
Yeah.
me and my manager had came through, and that was my first interview,
Yeah.
man. When Megadon Entertainment, when we were
That's
doing
right.
shows
That's
at
right.
that time, and what me and Megadon always talk about is how we did our shows and we had a successful run, and you guys kind of took what we were doing and like put the shit on steroids, like Barry Bonds and shit. Like we were trying to do what Respect the
Well,
Underground did. but
here's the thing. And
how did that
a lot-
turn go for you guys?
See, a lot of people don't understand and realize that Respect the Underground had been something that had been brewing for 10 years prior to, almost 15 years. Before I even knew Justice, Respect the Underground was already brewing. It was in the works. We just didn't know it yet. You know what I'm saying? From what he was doing in the scene, and a lot of people don't know, like, Justice been in the scene since 1997, 98, 99, like, heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been rocking in
Scoop ball
Arizona
been running around for a minute.
since 07, you know. So like once we came together in 2012, like
say
you
scoop
know,
ball.
it was
ball.
already moving.
Yeah.
So
But you guys just, there's different aspects to the game. A lot of people don't have them. And one of the things I tell people is practicing good business habits. And it puts you over the top a lot of the times. It's a business.
absolutely,
that you
man.
do.
Look, I want to work with good people, people that are respectful and artists that appreciate what I do, and that I want to work with again, because so much. Like it goes down to like, you ever work with somebody, you got a job and you're just like, they're just terrible. You don't want to go to work because that person's going to be there.
Yeah.
The same thing, man. Like let's work together. You know what I mean? Let's do good business so we can do it again.
Yeah.
It's very
and
simple.
make it happen.
It's very simple things. And look, I think one of the reasons why Arizona music is at such an all-time high is because all those things are happening at the same time. Good business, obviously social media, but consistency. We can't get familiar with any kind of record, no matter if it's Jay-Z or who it is, unless we hear it more than a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you ever hear a Jay-Z record or Kanye record, you're like, I don't know. But about third, fourth time you hear it, like, this shit banging.
Yeah.
This a hit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's the same thing with independent music. So
Definitely independently, you got to listen to that shit.
we are going against the grain more than ever. So you got to look at that. We got to work extra hard because the fans, the people who listen, don't give a shit about independent music. If your name isn't Drake or, you know what I'm saying, Nipsey Hussle or whoever's, you know what I mean, at the moment, then you're fighting an uphill battle. That's where we come in. We have to make this shit cool for y'all.
Yeah.
Because it is. We know it's cool, but we have to prove it to you.
I've always said like the independent artist is like the street baller.
Yeah.
And the other guys,
Skip to my Lou.
they already in the league. They in the NBA. They got they got the deals already. So the street baller you got to ball hard to be noticed.
Oh, yeah.
You got to grind. It's more of a grind. It's more heart into it.
Yeah.
So a lot of cats don't have that heart and have that drive and have that
Well,
will.
they don't know either, and that's another thing. Is Arizona hip hop is very young, immature, in the sense that we haven't had it. How many futuristic or MC Magics do we have? Just one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we haven't had a lot of examples of how to push and how to release a project or how to move. And plus, it's changed, man. 2019,
Yeah, slowly but surely getting there.
we also trying to figure out how to do this. Like, ask any artist, you know, how you gonna release your album? You're like, oh man, you know what? I'm doing no physicals and I'm only hitting title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm
crazy.
saying? But it might
Don't
work.
know better.
You know, it might work.
I mean, you know, you could never tell the next man what won't and will work for him because you just never know. Everything don't work for everybody, but
Exactly. You gotta do what works for you. But you know what? There's no rules. Like in the independent game, we're blessed because we could like literally do however we need to do to get our bread, and no one can tell us any otherwise. Like,
fact.
Yeah, sure can.
you know what I'm saying?
Nobody can tell you what to do when you're making the rules.
Yo, did you guys see the dollar amounts of the pennies for how many streams on each platform, like Spotify?
Yeah, I
Oh
seen
yeah,
that
I did.
somewhere.
I saw it
I
on
seen
Instagram. I think
It was
I saw
crazy.
Yeah.
Like you got to do
Like
hundreds
YouTube is
of
like one of
thousands,
the
like even
man,
just
it's crazy.
to pay some
They
bills.
flip the game all
You
up.
know, but look, no one say there's no limit to it. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Man.
it's out there. Go get it.
But the game is changing, man. I love the scene. I love the way things are going. I love promotions. What's the toughest part of it for you, man? What's the toughest part of your job? Is it, I used to deal with the artists. So
well-
I'm glad I don't have to deal with artists anymore. But what's the toughest part of the game?
Well, yeah, I mean, filtering through. I mean, I've learned so much. It's a lot different for me now, though, Marlon. I just had a baby, so
Yeah,
my whole
okay,
life is just
congratulations.
turned upside down right now. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure it out still. As you know, even here, I'm
Has it
like,
given you more patience?
yeah.
First time. It's not first time.
Well, it's my first baby.
Oh, so you got patience now.
But yeah, I got a schedule.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How's the baby?
How old? 1 month.
So
Yeah, so I'm still brand new.
Oh,
Damn.
you
I
gotta
got
leave in a
I
minute.
got throw up on my shirt as we
He
right here.
getting that lava shit on his hands. That when the shit be black, that shit.
Yeah, it's wild.
It looks like it looks like the shit in front of the bad guy's lair. You know when you get to a layer and there's a fucking mold in the front with the black shit bubbling.
Every diaper is a new surprise.
Oh, my
You never know what you're gonna
goodness.
get. in
Oh
there.
my goodness!
But you know, just trying to figure it out. Like, look, like I said, like, this is what we do. This isn't just something we do when we get home from our job. Like, this is our job. So
This ain't for fun.
you have to respect that
Yeah.
because I have a family. We have families. You know, we have households and things and responsibilities we have to do. So you know, my time is valuable. So
Yeah.
I don't put up with the bullshit. You know, so we get right to it. What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Are you serious? I can tell a serious record or quality record in the first 10 seconds.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell if you're real or not. And if it's serious, okay, I'll pay attention a little bit more. If not,
Okay.
you know,
I kind of want to jump topics. Me and Chief was talking a little earlier. You saw Avengers yet?
saw it yesterday.
So we can talk about it. Spoiler alert. If
Spoiler
you,
Too late. If you ain't seen
Like
it by
I said,
now,
it's
so what?
Monday. If you ain't seen it by now,
spoiler alert. If
Whatever.
you haven't saw it, we're gonna jump.
Whatever.
We're ghetto nerds.
I'm telling everything.
Let's go.
We're ghetto nerds. So we didn't jump into
Saw
it.
it
But
Friday morning. Yeah.
Oh, you were super nerd.
Oh,
He stayed
man,
up.
I'm
He
on
didn't
point.
get no rest. He just
Nigga,
stayed up all
he
night.
called me. he wanted me to go with
No,
him.
but anyway. But no,
Let's get into it.
yeah, we'll
Nigga,
get
I
into
saw it.
that.
I saw it
'Cause I wanna-
Saturday at 12:30. Saturday 12:30.
I know you
And
don't
I
watch
took my-
Game of Thrones, but I
I
don't
don't
know
watch
who
Game
else
of
don't
Thrones.
watch.
Yeah, we ain't talking.
We'll
I
get
don't
into
know.
that.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah,
No
see,
clue.
y'all tardy.
I know. I
Y'all
don't have
tardy.
time. I wish I could. But
tardy
I
for the
literally
party.
don't have time.
Hey, and honestly, that shit is like
What was
it's
it?
so
What was-
long for you to
That's-
actually appreciate the final show that you don't have time to catch up on Game of Thrones. bro.
No, I
Look
don't.
now.
It's 8 seasons in. You don't have time.
So, end game.
In game.
It's your favorite scene, favorite part, favorite scene. Give me your favorite scene in end game.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, and I said this from like years ago. My favorite Avenger, and y'all think I'm crazy. You might kick me out the show.
No, we won't.
Nah.
My favorite Avenger, outside of Iron Man, of course, he's the man, right? Everyone know that. But I told everybody the most important superhero in Marvel
Ant-Man?
is Ant-Man. My man,
Nah, I ain't gonna kill
Ant-Man.
you.
Say it. I knew he was gonna say
That
it.
man he got movie time.
Yeah, he
in
did.
his-
And keep it real,
He
like
came through.
he kind of came through a
He
bit.
came through.
Hey,
Yeah.
Paul Rudd's that guy too.
He can basically go invisible, and then,
What part did he come through in?
at the very end when they were having
He
the
got
big
big
fight.
and hit. He knocked. He got big.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good scene.
Shout to Ant-Man.
And I'm gonna tell you, like, I went like Caucasian, full Caucasian this movie.
Okay.
Like, I usually don't clap and shit during the movie. There were scenes like the theater was clapping. Well, like
Yeah,
there were
yeah,
parts
yeah.
where we clapped it up.
That's the only
Like,
series that's allowed, by the way.
But then there's a couple. Well, shit, we clapped when the Lion King preview came on. But
Yeah.
there was a couple scenes that were like excellent for me.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like where I got chills. When all the girls like had their little moment in the
That was
cinema.
big.
Girl
And,
power
like,
moment.
Okay,
Girl
okay.
power
And
moment.
I know the next one you're gonna say.
And
Hey, hold on, I know the next
And
one.
then Ready Player One was my movie. So the scene when everybody came together and they was charging each other, and you saw like Hulk and you saw Root. And
Oh,
you
yeah,
saw
that was
Iron,
dope.
And I was like, my goodness.
You know why I really appreciate Marvel though, because they throw little stuff in there like with the women leading the charge.
Yeah.
but to
They
me,
led the charge
To me,
in
one
that
of the
fight.
biggest ones as well. And I get spoiler alert. When Captain America gave it to,
Oh well, when he picked up the hammer
picked
too, I
up-
was like,
no,
oh
no,
shit.
he didn't just pick it
Oh
up.
yeah, when he
Hold it.
yeah, but I'm
That
saying
motherfucker went flying off.
Yeah,
He
but
went-
when he
know what I'm saying?
gave the Captain America to the Black Avenger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know
that
what
was
I'm saying?
dope.
He did
That was
too.
dope.
But
Like,
coming
that's
from
big.
the comics
That
as
was
well.
dope.
But
I don't know,
and when Thor, you take the little one.
You take the little one, yeah.
It was good. It was a lot of
Nah, my
comedy.
favorite scene, and it wasn't even that long. It was real quick. Was when Spider-Man said, "Activate instant kill mode."
Oh, he was going off.
Yeah, he
And
brought
then
that back.
the arms just
Yeah.
started.
Oh yeah.
And then when they went back to him, he was buried in bodies trying to like wiggle out, but the arms were still killing niggas. Like
So what it
that shit was dope.
what it going
That shit
the,
was dope.
what it going the way it went? Like where is it going from here? Like
done.
Spider-Man movies next,
It's going
yeah,
to some-
yeah,
it's going to
Spider-Man.
some new shit.
and Thor
Well-
is going with the Guardians.
Listen, Captain America
I'm the
could have
captain.
done some shit when he went away. So maybe Tony Stark could eventually come back somehow.
But what did he do though? Because he didn't
We
come
don't know.
back. And how is the guy going to be the new Captain America? He going to take the serum? Because when he came back, he was older. He was old already, so he didn't go through that. He didn't go to the military and shit.
It's a lot of questions.
So because Captain
a lot of
America
questions.
doesn't age.
No, that Captain America sitting out. That's what I thought too.
So when he was
I was like, he
old,
obviously didn't
he-
take the
something
serum.
changed
but
in
he
the
didn't
past.
look as small as
Maybe he
was.
went back and didn't take the serum, and then came back as an old man. He lived his
Well,
whole
he
life.
went back.
That's what I
placed it-
think.
He went
He
back.
didn't take it.
He
That's
went
what I
back,
think.
placed the stones, and he went back again.
He could have. See, I got kind of confused there.
In the
when
comic
there was
books,
a doubles.
books, there's a point in time where Captain America's like serum, the serum starts to wear off, and he starts to age like quickly. So I mean, it could be. It could be.
That
it
could
be
have been it.
Look, with time travel, you can do anything. Let's say that.
That's the one problem I had with the movie. Because I feel like once you start using time travel, you ran out of ideas. You obviously ran out of ideas.
Well, the Avengers are probably dead. That probably no more Avenger movies
Yeah, I
are
don't
coming.
see
But the
that.
spin-off
That's it,
Spider-Man,
yeah.
the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, but they could always do like Star Wars does and just go back to the. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, prequels. Yeah.
it's
Good
pretty
movie
dope.
though. It was a good movie.
We touching on a lot
was
of
dope.
touching
It was
on
dope.
a lot of different things. I just wanted to jump. I think we should partake a little bit here.
Yeah, let's take a quick one.
You want another one?
Yeah,
Well,
why not? We here.
How many we got left in there? Matter of fact, I think we got enough to partake. We here. We ain't going nowhere. Definitely. Blaze is in the building with us, man. Thank you again for coming through. Like you say, you don't get interviewed much.
Nah, man. And listen. I don't know. Are we going to take a break or are we going to go right?
I don't
into
think
it?
we're gonna take a.
Let's jump
What
right
you
into
got
it.
queued in? Hold
We
on.
got any videos
What you
queued
got
up?
queued up?
We
You
got
got
any
video?
We got any deli?
Let's run one quick one.
Let's
If,
run one quick one.
Just like a quick
If you
2
need
minute
another
break.
one, I can give you another video.
You got a link? You got
Yeah, we got a
MP4? Email it to us. We got you right now.
Oh yeah, we'll get it queued up.
We got an
We'll
exclusive.
play.
we get exclusive.
We'll play
too.
my artist Nano's new record.
Yeah.
Nano.
Well, let's go ahead and run a quick video real quick. We're gonna take a quick break.
Y'all
We're gonna
stay
get
tuned,
that
man.
downloaded and queued up for you.
Thank
We'll
y'all.
be back in a minute.
We
John
coming
Blaze in the
back. We're
building.
getting on hot topics when we touched on the music scene.
Yeah.
I got a little bit under the rug with the Hate for Respect the Underground because we know when you do shit You get more hate and animosity.
Yeah.
But when we come back, we're gonna touch base, not just
They
first.
always come back though.
Yeah, we come back.
They always come back.
We're gonna touch base, not just first, second, and third, but it's gonna be in the park home run on your motherfucking ass. So support District Radio. You live with Marlon Chief. John Blaze is in the building.
Yeah.
We just got into a quick couple videos there. John Blaze is still in the building.
Hey,
with us.
what's going on? What's
Man,
going
we
on?
have great fucking conversations
Man,
when
we
the
could be
camera's
here.
not running, man, or when we doing a music
I know.
video.
That's
break.
why we just let it run.
It'd be great. But Blaze, I wanted to touch base with you. It's not do you feel the animosity on the scene, even though the scene is where it is? Do you feel? I'm a consumer, and I love to say consumer. I'm a consumer. I partake in all the music.
Yeah, we see it. You know what I mean? We see it, but you know, to be honest, once people start commenting and you know what I mean, carrying on with the bullshit, nobody has time for that. I don't have time for it.
Nah, I don't do the extras.
Cameraman didn't get the picture. I forgive him.
Yeah, nah, I did
yeah,
it.
It is what it is. They got it on camera though.
That's like cinnamon codeine.
Yeah.
Look, we only have so much time in the day.
Facts.
I don't know what you guys are on, and I'm talking about you guys, but just in general, I don't know what your time or your schedule's like, but I only got so much time in the day for social media, because social media is very important to what we do in independent and as a brand. If I'm going to be on social media, I need to do something that's pushing me. But it's hard to stay away from those conversations, though.
It is. It's
you know
hard
what I'm saying?
to-
Because
it's hard to say.
they pull certain things. You want to say something. Sometimes, you know, if I got time today, I got time.
I say that all the time.
You know,
I got time
but
today,
most of the
cuz.
time, look, I don't see it. I see it, but I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? If it don't benefit me or what I'm doing or the movement, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it real.
Yeah.
Hate is for the weak.
Definitely, hate is for the week, man. Rest in peace, Trap House, man.
Yeah, y'all gotta realize my man Blaze is one of the coldest. He's to me, he's
The
the
coldest.
coldest.
I've
The
already
coldest
seen-
live DJ you can get.
I've said it.
And he helps run one of the biggest
I appreciate that.
When I host
local
show,
hip hop organizations that we have. So you can't be mad at this man for not having
Ain't nobody
time
mad
all
at
day.
Hey, look, when
for
I
your
first
extras.
moved out here in 2010, I started like Google searching and shit like a DJ to host my mixtapes.
Yeah.
And the first name, the biggest name that came up was DJ.
Yeah, I
John
can tell you,
Blaze.
You
actually,
still get that? Yeah.
it's funny you bring that up. The
2010.
first time I really started paying attention to you, I still got this song on this memory card in my car. I was playing it the other day. Is my man Debo mixtape. He was D1.
Oh,
at the
yeah.
time. You know what I'm talking
Planet
about.
Freedom.
Yeah,
Shout
Planet
out to
Freedom.
my brother D1.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
That's my
Darren.
guy.
Darren
like,
Anthony.
I like fucking with Blaze because every time I've hosted a concert
Yeah.
and he was the DJ, he always made my job easier.
Oh, yeah. That's
When
what we do.
when
It's
there's
natural.
when there's a DJ that can talk on the mic, I mean, it makes shit easier. and like we've always had like a great connection when we work together, like playing off music. Like my favorite show, which you probably was a Twister concert. Like we did the old school thing.
Oh,
had
yeah,
to run
at
through
Press Room.
Yep. And the NWA had just the movie. We had ran through some NWA
that's
stuff. We
right,
had turned
that's
up
right.
with the crowd. We had a great time that
You know,
night.
look. When you're an entertainer, it's easy. It's what you do. You know, your job is to be on stage and you entertain, whether you're behind turntables or holding a mic. You know, I can do both. So you know what I'm saying. Having you on stage makes my job that much easier too. So I appreciate you.
Makes it fun, but
Yo, big shout to this guy here though. You're the first one to put me on the cover of a magazine.
Oh, thank
Hold
you,
up!
brother.
Don't think I forgot about that. That still hangs in my studio at home, and it's in the office.
I still got
I
copies.
got it blown up like
I
6
still
feet
got,
tall.
yeah. I gotta actually go back and find some of the older ones because I don't have all of them, but I still got yours, Wax, C Thug, the Justice cover. I actually still have,
Trap
of course,
House?
my Trap House that's signed. I got that still.
yo, you put me in my first
And what's-
magazine.
yeah, I did.
Hold
That's
on,
it.
what
did my
year was
first
that? What
interview.
year was that?
2006.
You know,
No, that was like.
it was like
Well,
10,
I started
12.
it. Yeah, because I started like 2009, 2010ish.
See,
I
that's,
was just trying to get, I was trying to go back.
and that's what people got to realize. Like,
Make it-
Arizona hip hop is trending now.
Yeah,
but
because
like
of the foundation.
we've been putting in footwork for a long time, man.
yeah, we've been doing it.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people too, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Blaze was the first one I knew that actually had the first homegrown person I knew anyway who actually had a podcast. You feel me? Because
Shout to
TJ
Radio
had
Super.
his, but
Yeah,
you know,
shout to
Super,
Radio Super. That's
Super,
what
where's
started
Super
it
from?
He was from Chicago.
Yeah, I know he's from like Midwest.
Shout out to
somewhere.
Radio Super, man.
Yeah, shout out to my guy though. TJ is the guy.
We got you in, Blaze. We touched on a couple of things. I want to get on some things just personal with you as a DJ, as a man. I mean, your father just had your first child.
Yeah.
I mean, how was it getting into DJing? What was it that brought you towards it other than the love of music? It had to be something else that geared you towards it, either the control of the crowd. Like as an artist, I loved having that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That control of the audience.
I used to be like, whether it be like a hangout, with the homies in high school or something, or just even warm-up tapes for basketball. Like, I wanted to control the music and the environment I was in because I felt like it's dope for me, so I know it's going to be dope for everybody else.
Yeah,
so what better job to have is, to be a DJ. So
maestro.
Exactly. You're like the ultimate at that point. So, I just ran with it. I knew what was hot. I took, a lot of things that were, from DJs that I looked up to and brought them to a scene that wasn't familiar with that style of DJing, whether it be on the mixtapes or just DJing live in the club. Like I said, like you said, a lot of DJs didn't talk, and I'm like, they were just, they talk with their hands, which is cool. It was dope. But when I came in, I was going to turn that music off. Hold up, shut the shit down. Y'all know what time it is. John Blaze, Song of the Town, Heavy Duty Core DJs. We in the building. Support District Radio. Like, shut it down. That way they know, that DJ was dope. I had a great time. He played some shit that, the other DJ played the same shit every Friday night. Blaze was playing some other shit, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't many DJs who was doing that. Shout out to DJ Illmatic, though. He was one of the other in the city that was very vocal on the mic. So, I just took styles, put them all together, and I was just, got into the mixtape game like he was talking about. Nobody was doing mixtapes. I think the only one who really was grinding on the mixtapes, someone was, Mo Money. Shout out to my guy, Mo Money.
Yeah, shout out to Mo.
Yeah,
I ain't seen Mo in a minute.
Mo Money put in a lot of work.
No,
Mo Money put in a lot of work, man. Shout out to my guy.
Well, I ain't gonna say that because I don't know.
He wild too, bro. He wild. He be in the middle of a shootout on his phone on a conversation.
He said, "Hold on, man.
That's a
These
story.
niggas shooting. Hold on."
He didn't skip a beat. He just kept talking. He just dug it. He was like, "Yeah, so what we gonna do is," and I'm like, "Bro, they shooting right now."
But you got, if you gotta realize where Mo them from. Like,
oh, he from Iraq.
Yeah,
that's what he told me. I was like, "Yo, are you good?" He was like, "That ain't shit, bro. I'm from Iraq."
Yeah,
he said, "I'm from Iraq."
That's like flies in his ear. Like,
I was like, "Damn, you right."
This is nothing.
Yeah, shout out to my guy.
Okay,
Mo, man.
so being a maestro and controlling the crowd, that's something that you enjoy. You remember the first time you DJ'd and you were paid to DJ an actual show. The first time you ever were paid to be a DJ. What kind of show was that? Because we all got our first.
Yeah, I would say, man, I used to throw parties in California, in Newport Beach. I became a DJ.
I love Newport
learned
Beach.
how to DJ in my dorm room. And
what school?
Started at Concordia University in Irvine.
When you on the basketball team?
I went out there to play ball, and it didn't work out for me. That's when I started DJing. Actually,
most rappers want to are involved in it. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but I did hoop though.
Perfect
I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of people don't think. I did play basketball in college.
What position?
I was a shooter, but I could handle the rock too.
Like shooter, like good shooter.
Oh yeah, what's up? Let's go right now.
Okay.
Let's go right now.
He said, "Let's go." We got the court in the back.
Let's go to LA Fitness. Let's go.
We got the court in the back.
Let's do that. We should do that. It's good content.
That'd be a good content.
Yeah, I'll shoot it.
We should do
cameras.
You know what we should do?
Got some lights.
You just presented this right now. You know what I want to do? And
Okay,
I think this will be good. No,
here we
check
go.
this out. Here we go.
Okay.
I think this will be good, and I think it will bring out a lot of people, and we can make money for the community.
Okay.
I think we should look into getting a community college. And Blaze, we're gonna talk about this off screen. So look at me right now while I bring this in.
All right.
I think we should look into getting like a community college or find a court where we can play at. And we get an icon team.
Okay.
You'll assemble your Avengers.
Okay.
And we'll assemble a support district radio team.
Absolutely.
That'd be dope.
And we get a DJ, and you'll fucking DJ the show live, like some
he
animal.
wanna play.
Oh, we hooping.
Did you see how he did it though?
He
Swipe,
probably gonna get
swipe it
Charlie
again,
to
Blaze.
DJ.
Do the hand swoop. Do the hand swoop again. He's no.
That's the way when you get older, you do shit like that.
No.
Take it and go.
Yeah. No.
I think that's a great idea
that
to
is a
bring
great
the
idea.
community
You know what I'm
together,
saying?
bring out artists, promoters, producers, kids, and make it a family-friendly event. And we do Icon and support District Radio
we'll
too.
invite Beatlocker.
Beatlocker out.
Maybe we can invite some other people who support the scene. But yeah, absolutely.
I think that'll be a great
dope.
idea.
That'd be dope.
We're gonna have to talk about that.
I'll
Yeah,
host
let's
because
do
I
that.
ain't running.
I'm with it. We'll work on that.
We can play more.
I'll host.
No, I'm saying I'll host
think-
'cause I'm
I'll
not
shoot
running.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think it's very important though.
Commentate. I'll be a
It is very important that we do community stuff like that, though, because that's really what brings people together outside of like the festivals and the shows and things like that, because it gets you the people to get to know you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? To see that you're real people, and then the artists too. They appreciate each other, and it's a good place.
Not only that, I'm gonna tell you that, and I'm gonna break some shit down. It's like real shit that we go through every day as artists.
Yeah.
So, for instance, it's just like a job. You go to your job every day. You're at work with your coworkers more than you are with your family.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times when we have free time, we spend our free time with these other artists and these other people more than we do our family.
That's true.
Because we're leaving out of our home.
Unfortunately, sometimes.
Unfortunately, sometimes, because when we have our free time, when you have other obligations in life, our free time goes to what we're chasing, what we're trying to do in our life.
Right.
So with these people that we're seeing, and we're standing around in shows with our arms crossed and nobody's talking to each other, and we know who motherfuckers are. They're our Facebook friends. We should be fucking joining together because we are a community. And people don't realize it's really bigger than what we're trying to do. I'm not going to put myself on. The motherfuckers that fuck with me is going to put me on. So I try to build and make the best relationships that I can, and that's where the community aspect comes in as far as what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're fucking co-workers. And people don't look at it like that.
Yeah.
We're all trying to build a business, an entertainment business, and we're all co-workers.
We're all headed to the same goal. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we all do this as a job. A lot of us do. So this is very serious to us. So the support is very necessary. You know what I'm saying? And it's great to give back. You know what I'm saying? I know we all do charity events throughout the years and whatnot, but I think we need to be more consistent with that, and I think people would appreciate it. It's a good look for Arizona hip hop.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, we getting this basketball game going. We got a Support District Radio chat, and they all in the chat.
Okay.
They talking about the numbers and shit they want on their T-shirts. They talking about we're gonna take.
See, y'all doing too much.
They talking about we're gonna take Icon Radio
playing
to
shirts
town.
or skins?
No, hell no.
To make this shit easy.
I'm gonna be skins with a shirt on. Man. No, we'll get T-shirts made and everything with the radio station's logos on the front and our nicknames on the back. I think that would be some fun. That's some kind of shit that Nipsey and YG would do.
Yeah, and
when they do their shit, I think that's some good shit to do, man.
Well, maybe we put it in the name of Trap House. You know what I'm saying?
Put in the name of Trap House.
No doubt.
TBF in
I
there.
think
Yeah.
shout out to the Back family. You know what I mean?
All we got to do
get with them.
meet with those guys, incorporate
it's all
those
love.
guys, and do something big
Absolutely.
and making it have jumpers and shit for the kids. We can actually put some shit like that together.
Yeah,
And it'll work.
absolutely.
We'll have fun too.
And it's all for the community, and we'll have a lot of fun.
See, I like that, man. Like, we could easily go down the road of the negative, and somebody said this and that.
Yeah.
We ain't got time for that, man. Look what we would miss out on if we
Yeah.
were gone that
You
route.
miss out on life when you. I made a post this morning.
If you
where I
ain't
said-
producing, you reducing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Say
how
that.
I feel
And
about it.
it's a mental stress. Mental stress becomes physical stress.
That's true.
If you drag yourself through the mud, your body's going to become mud, and you're
That's
going to.
true.
You
We gotta be at our
eliminate-
best.
Be at our best. Eliminate negative shit.
That's true, man.
Do you have
Sometimes when you down, you gotta drag yourself out there, man. So
You do.
that's- You know, but don't purposely get down there with the pigs and shit in the mud when you know you done made it out. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, what did Jay say in his freestyle? He said they say we crabs in a bucket, but who put us in a bucket?
No, he said
Or
they
barrel.
never told.
He
He
said
said
crabs
they
in a
never
barrel.
told us. They never told us crabs wasn't supposed to be in
In
the
a barrel, yeah,
in the
exactly.
first place.
Think about that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and
That one right there.
But then when
that's deep because
when he said we
when
stacked
people
on
say
top
that,
of each
when
other,
they say that saying, they do say it with the analogy and the thinking of that's how it's supposed to be, crab in a
Right.
bucket.
Who needs the barrel?
You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck are we in the barrel? Well, it's not. Why are we not talking about that? Why are we not talking about who put us in the barrel? So
that was a great moment though, bringing up the Jay thing. That was great for hip
Nah,
hop.
that was
Jay,
dope.
That was a beautiful thing.
Cameron,
No, that whole
and
show was
Nas.
dope.
That whole show was a
him and Nas
beautiful
been
thing.
good, so that's dope.
But when
the
Cameron
Cam
came out,
thing,
it blew my
oh,
mind.
man.
I was like, woo!
Man,
was
hey,
good.
because I honestly, the type of dude
For
Cam-
old niggas,
Cam
that was
come
some
off
shit,
the beat.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old niggas
I
understand.
got- babies,
I got
niggas, that was the
computers
shit.
computing.
Man,
That was the shit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I think it's a lot going on in hip hop, a lot going on around.
I think rap is coming back. I really
we
feel
just
like,
spoke
yeah.
about it. Rap, the real rap.
Yeah, Meek
it,
said
it
this
has
too.
to come back.
Meek said this too. And you know what? I don't want to bring it up too much, because we can go down the whole thing too. But with the passing of Nipsey recently, it got a lot of people thinking who weren't necessarily thinking before, or maybe just haven't had it, cross their mind. So unfortunately, that did spark a lot of younger minds, people, younger men of color, I would say, who are changed. Their mindsets have changed in a different route. They got a different way of thinking. That's a beautiful thing.
It's a great thing.
You know what I'm saying? Because
dope.
a lot of times, it's like, yo, I'm gonna, do this and be in the streets and I'm gonna be a boss. It's like, nah, like let's, Nipsey was doing this, and whether if it's a trend or not, it still sparked a mind in their mind.
It mentally gave them other
You
options.
seen Latinos, young black men speaking on, doing something else other than what they were talking about maybe a month ago or 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying?
It changed the game, and like I had made a post about Nipsey and what it was with Nipsey. It was, I don't like to compare him to Tupac. I don't because he's what Tupac sparked. He's what Tupac said it was gonna happen.
He was.
But Nipsey was more. He wasn't about race with Nipsey. And the more I've listened to him before, but I was honest with Chief. I wasn't on Nipsey. I've been on Nipsey for about 4 years.
Okay.
I wasn't on him all the way through, but now I've went back through. I was like, oh, he's been on the same shit forever.
Yeah.
But what I've noticed is throughout his career, it hasn't just been like, oh, niggas. Nipsey is with people that's making him advance in life and making what he was trying to do bigger. Blacks, Latinos,
he was thinking bigger.
Whites, everybody that was working with him and putting him over the top. He was working with.
I'm not going to build a business. I'm going to buy the lot and have all the businesses.
All the businesses in
and
the lot.
When you think that way, even if it's as a kid in the small age, you know what I'm saying, a younger age, you're going to grow differently than you are. You know what I'm saying?
Average.
You're going to think bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And if that's what he gave us outside of all the music and all the great things and words that he said, that alone is legendary.
That's enough.
No doubt.
He sparked a generation.
No, I was actually telling my wife this. I was like, it's crazy, baby, because it's cats that I know that ain't even been out their own hood ever in life, but now they talking about buying stores and shit like this.
I want to open a smoke shop,
and it's it's a dope thing.
Look. Peter got out the boat. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what verse that was.
I don't know, but you took it.
Peter got out the boat. Look it up. You got to get out the boat sometimes, man.
No, you do.
You know?
You have to.
You also get a solid team together.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, a team is very necessary.
That's how you really win.
I think when you A1 though and you keep it that way, it's not really hard to have a solid team.
Hold on. What was one of Nipsey's quotes? He said, look at the people around you. If your circle isn't like, if everybody in the circle ain't doing nothing,
if they ain't
it ain't a
inspiring
circle.
you,
it's a cage.
Everybody around you is supposed to be getting it.
Yeah,
right.
Everybody
well,
around you is supposed to be
not
doing
necessarily
something.
getting it.
Not getting
they
it, but
could be in the stage of trying to produce that, but they need to at least be inspiring you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Making you a better person.
We have to do better in hip hop, recognizing these type of things, because we waited too long to now figure this out. I'm speaking hip hop generally.
Yeah.
In general,
the things that our brother Trap was doing.
Yeah.
We didn't embrace enough as a community in hip hop.
Facts.
Trap was a pillar in Arizona hip hop, will forever be a pillar. You know what I'm saying?
The original.
What he was doing, nobody else is doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Was doing.
you know what he was doing. Nobody else was willing to do. Everybody was afraid.
They
to
might
do.
say it.
The songs and things
but
that he put out, people were afraid to do.
But he actually did it.
He was
you know
cut-
what I mean?
he was
And
cut
that's
from a
what
different cloth.
That's what makes him a legend, because he spoke about it and he did it and he put it to action. You know what I'm saying? And I think in hip hop, we can say it all we want in music, but we have to put action to it. Yeah, we can have fun in hip hop. We can turn up. You know what I'm saying? We can have drug rap, gun rap, and all that.
Yeah.
But we can have some conscious stuff too.
And that actually was one of the cold things about Nipsey. He didn't necessarily fully stray away from the hood shit, because that was part of
So
life.
he was.
You know
So
what I'm
he
saying?
is.
That's who he was.
He
He was-
spoke
he
on
was-
the harsh
yeah, he
realities of his
spoke on
environment.
everything.
That's what hip hop is.
He just pushed the message of motivation.
Yeah.
Always, though. That was always prevalent in his music. You know what I'm saying? So
We have to do better as far as embracing a diversity of music and hip hop. It can't just be turn up.
yeah, it can't
trap,
be all
You
turn
know what I'm
up.
saying?
Yeah.
Because we have to have a message. We have to learn something. It was cool. It's cool when you learn something, like even just that little freestyle that Jay-Z did.
Yeah.
He
You
did
learn
he
something
did a
from
concert of B-side records.
Yeah,
And if you go back, and I know these records. I'm a Jay-Z fan.
I'm a Jay-Z
course,
fan. The
but,
B-side
but
was
those records
good.
are incredible.
We
and
love
it's,
them.
It's hard
Most
to
of
call
them
them.
don't know 'em.
It's hard to call them B-side records, though.
exactly.
Well, because they mean more.
Because we love them, because
Yeah.
we're fans, though.
But
They
like
mean
the
more to
stuff
you
that he
than the
says-
radio records do. The B-side records is the shit that get you. The shit that don't get put on the radio
Right.
is the shit that influence you the most. All that other shit on the radio is bullshit.
Yeah.
I think that's, to me anyway, why the 90s was one of the best times for hip-hop, because you had such a, everything was popping, the gangster shit, the consciousness.
Yeah, yeah.
But even the
we had
gangsters-
Arrested Development.
Like, everything was popping.
And-
like,
and
equally,
Spice
though.
One.
You know what I'm saying?
But even the gangster shit had content.
It's true.
If you go back and listen to Chronic 2000, there's content.
Hey,
Tupac and them were talking about political
I'm
figures.
talking about even before that day.
Yeah, even before
Hold
that.
up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it
Public
further.
I
I'm
get
gonna
what
take
you're
it further.
saying, though.
I'm gonna take it further. So I'm listening to an old school station the other day. Probably one of the most commercialized mainstream hip hop records in the '90s. Coolio.
Oh yeah, Gangsta's Paradise.
What he said? He said, "Power and the money."
Power and the money.
Money and
and
power. Minute after minute.
Hour after hour.
Everybody running. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
when you
No,
listen to that, you're like, "Damn, Coolio's a
Coolio
hey,
was spitting.
oh,
Hey,
top
I heard Too Hot. I heard Too Hot on the radio the other day.
Too Hot? Yeah, yeah.
That was full of game. He talking about age. and
Listen,
shit.
Game.
you have to
Game.
listen to the record, and
You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
like,
But he also
like,
had records like Gangsta Paradise.
you know,
Tupac had "I Get Around" and he had "Brenda's Got a Baby"
Today,
and "Dear Mama."
Music,
Yeah.
music,
Artists just don't do. Artists just want a whole fucking album of "I Get Around."
music
They
comes
can't
out
do that
too
shit no
fast
more.
today. We go through music like hotcakes now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
it's quick.
like before you even get to like really,
Yeah, use too much
you
fucking
know,
music.
Before you get
soak
to
something
digest
up.
it, yeah.
It's already on to the next one.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know, not for me though. I got to really digest the project. But like SoundCloud music and all the new generation, they just on to the next. If it don't sound like what they like on the last one, they ain't ready for that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what it is. It's a.
Old to them.
Right.
It's
Do
like,
you
oh,
do you
that's-
think it's if it don't sound the same to them as the next record? Is it a copy paste generation in the music?
I think,
do you think?
in some ways it is, but again, we get music differently today. You know, so it's hard to sit there and really have time to sit and appreciate and go through the credits and listen to an album because, you know, on to the next one. You know what I mean? We have so much music at our fingertips. It's crazy.
It's crazy that you say that because me and Chief was talking earlier today, and we was talking about how music has changed and advanced and how we were.
Yeah.
We used to go by CDs.
Oh, I love
And we knew so
Tower
much.
Records at
Well, we
midnight.
we knew so much more about the artist because we'll buy the CD. Not only
And
did we
read
buy
the
the
credits.
CD, but we went in the CD book. Motherfucker, that was the best part
We
about
gonna get our
that was-
$13, man.
That was the
Hell
best.
yeah.
That was the best
Hey,
part
I
about
wanted to
getting
see
a
the
CD.
thank yous
is that you
and
went,
everything.
You went through
Right.
the fucking CD book. You looked
Yeah.
at every page. You read
Yep.
every credit for every song. You knew who C. Brodus. Oh, C.
Yeah.
Brodus. That's Snoop Dogg. He wrote on this song. He made big money off that. Like we did that.
It was a
kind of shit.
lifestyle, man, and like we unfortunately with technology, we no longer have the
We
opportunity.
don't have
to do
that.
Yeah.
Well, we get it, but we don't get a CD book no more. You get iTunes, and then when you click on the album,
But
it
it's
has
too
that
much.
little
button.
It has
I
that
remember-
little button under there.
I
that
remember
paragraph
getting
of
like
what the artist
the
was
new
doing.
DMX album, and I knew that was staying in my deck for 3 months
Oh,
minimum.
yeah.
Oh, minimum,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Coming out.
Yeah, yeah.
It
It,
wasn't
was
coming
very
out.
rare. Like something came out same
You
time.
get
and
a
have to-
hot album at the beginning of the summer. It was getting played
Oh,
all
every
summer.
day. It wasn't coming out.
Yeah, it was your soundtrack for the summer.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes, Chief, you bought 2 copies, left one in the whip,
Yeah,
and the one
take
in the
one
Bro,
in the
crib.
house.
because
Yep.
you'll
Because
play
you
a,
didn't want to take it out. It was going to get scratched up if you kept doing this shit.
Right,
you, ever,
right.
you ever play a fucking CD so much that motherfucker stopped playing?
Couple of them, yeah. I would say.
Yeah, or sitting.
I was very careful
Living in the
with
car at Warp.
I was
from the
very,
heat and shit.
I was very.
I still
careful
got
with
my shit.
CDs.
My shit's still like in crisp condition, man.
Especially.
I'm proud of that.
My daughter.
You would like my
My
collection.
daughter's in the other room. She saw my CD collection. She was like, "Why you got all them DVDs?"
Yeah.
I was like, "You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand."
I was proud. I had one of them 4. You know, you could put 4 CDs on one page.
Oh my
And
goodness!
I would have. I'd have my
the 250
section.
book, the 250 book.
I had my Tupac section. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I had the Snoop and Death Row collection.
Oh,
you know
my
what I'm
goodness.
saying? And then I had my Busta Rhymes, and then the Wu Tang. Gotta have the Wu Tang.
Gotta have a
gotta
Wu
have
Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah. You know.
Shout
so-
out! They was on Jimmy Fallon the other night. Did you see that performance?
I didn't see that.
They did 36 Chambers on Jimmy Fallon. RZA,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't see that
Ghostface, Meth was on there. Everybody except for fucking
God bless them, man. They work hard.
ODB.
Method Man, Redman, probably the hardest man working in hip hop. I've been
Yeah.
on tour with them, and it's unbelievable.
2 of the dopest MCs ever. Top 20, top 15
never
probably.
changed.
Yeah,
How do you feel about top lists? I wanted to get into that. How do you feel about lists when
My
people put
opinion
lists
don't
up
matter.
in the valley?
My opinion don't
What do you mean
matter.
your opinion don't matter?
I mean,
Your opinion matters. I'm not going to put you on the spot. Well, I am going to put you on the spot. You got anything for me? Can we get a ding, ding, ding? You got anything for me? Let me get a little bell. We're going to get into some shit
Yeah,
here.
go ahead.
We're going to get to some personal views because I love personal views, and a lot of people get upset about things. But we all have tops. We all like different movies. We all like different sports, different clothing lines, different basketball team. If you could give me 5 of your favorite artists in the Valley, regardless of what anybody got to say, 5 of your favorite artists that you like to listen to, you will put these motherfuckers on and you will ride around and listen to them. Give me 5 artists off the top of your head.
How about I do this? All time or just recently?
See, Blaze is in radio, and Blaze know how to do shit. You see how Blaze took control about 3 times tonight on the show. He done took control about 3 times already tonight.
I know where you're going with it.
I know where I'm going. You know where I'm going with
My
it.
bag ain't never going to be against the wall.
Your bag's never empty. You're the Grinch. Remember, the Grinch had a big bag. He took everything.
Right.
I need 5 of your your personal favorite fucking artists that's on the scene.
I'm going to give you 5 of some of my favorites.
And with the 5, I want you to give me a different a reason of why this artist is in your top 5. So other artists that may be listening and watching won't feel like, oh, well, he didn't become. So give me a reason why they're in their top 5 when you give me the artist.
Okay.
Or 5 artists that you
This
like.
is kind of
like
like a newer generation, but maybe a current as well. But I'd say off top, obviously, I really enjoy Futuristic just because out of respect.
I listen to Futuristic.
And what he's doing and how he's growing and as an artist, it's a beautiful thing. And he's doing very well for himself as an independent artist.
Shit, I did shows with Futuristic at a smoke shop, so at a fucking bar, so I know what he's fucking doing.
Yeah, and he's a really good dude. A lot of people have a misconception about him, but he's a really, really cool dude. And, he really rides for Arizona and wants to see the best for it. So I say him. I got to throw my artist in there, obviously, Angelo Nano. Very
Angelo
talented.
Nano, go.
One of the best, if not the best, on hooks in the city.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Can knock out a hook in a second. I really, love my dude Hood, you know what I'm saying, out of the South Side.
J Hood.
J Hood. Shout out to J Hood, one of the dopest artists.
Yeah, one of the dopest MCs.
Consistent. Very consistent.
Love Deli. Love what he's doing.
Mr. 365.
Yeah, exactly. Much respect for Deli. Much respect for Mega Ran, who is an international superstar.
Yeah,
he's on the road right now. You know what
International.
I'm saying?
Nobody can argue with those guys.
Nah.
Rocky Tirade, probably the most skilled MC.
Yeah, when you talk about
in
bars
in the world.
Bars.
Fuck Arizona. This guy is
that dude.
a monster. That's 6 right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me 5 up and
Shout out to
coming.
my guy Judge the Boss. He's one of my favorites. Vic Jr., who, a lot of these guys I've worked with too, so I'm kind of biased. And of course Trap House. You know what I mean? Me and Trap worked, together for many years. Classic projects in the collection. I was blessed to be a part of with him. So, I hold him very, very high.
Give me 5 up and coming artists that we need to look out for.
That is a good one right there. 5 up and coming. Who you got?
I mean, they're probably. I don't know if they're up and coming, but I don't know if everybody's on them.
What's considered up and coming?
People that are on the scene, but ain't on the scene like a lot of people have been on the
scene.
De
La Prime is very special. De La Prime is a superstar.
I think Joseph Bills is very special.
Another one, very, very talented dude, a lot of energy.
Young Legend. It's a cat named Young Legend. Goes what? Chief.
Yeah.
Tap in with me. What's his other name?
Mac 360.
Mac 360.
Markel Delwan.
Markel Delwan.
Shout to IROC, the OG. The Godfather in my book.
Of the whole
you know what I'm saying?
scene.
We had a guy on last week as well, Cap Peasy.
Okay.
This motherfucker can rap.
Cap go.
Now, he done poked the bear a couple of times, but he can rap.
Shout out to Cap Peasy.
Shout out to Cap Peasy, man. But it's a lot of up and coming guys coming up, man. And y'all just stay consistent and just continue to do what you're doing.
Yeah, that's really what it is, man. Look, Arizona has so much talent. It's incredible how much talent that we have here. And, we only have so much time in the day to discover it and really work with it. So, we have to be consistent. That's kind of, you're asking what's the hardest part? Consistent.
Consistent.
Yeah. Because, we got to create content for people to see on social media, and then still handle everything that we have to handle with our shows or whatnot. But, for me, consistency is the hardest thing to do, to keep up. Because it's that good. There's that much stuff now.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up.
Content everywhere, bruh.
And this is kind of like, going towards why we created Icon Radio because, I had a show live from Central Avenue for years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 3 hours every Wednesday night, which I still have on Icon Radio. But it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough to have all the artists that I was getting and wanting to spin. So we had to create an entire station based off of that. And it started with Arizona artists, and now it's dipped into, the entire Southwest, New Mexico, Colorado, California. Now we have artists in rotation on Icon Radio from New York, Atlanta, Texas, Louisiana, Chicago. It's crazy, man. The independent, like I said, the independent revolution is here and it's streaming.
Yeah, man. Shout out to John Blaze again in studio with us. We're going to get into a quick break, and we'll be back with John Blaze. Wrap it up. We've had a great conversation tonight, man.
We got to do this again.
We definitely do it again. When we come back, we're going to get into the plug session on our next episode. My daughter's giving me the side eye. She's here with me, and I don't think she's done her homework. But we're going to wrap up in just a moment, get into a quick break. John Blaze will be right back in studio with us for the plug. It's Support District Radio.
Yeah, that.
You're live with Marlon and Chief. Is there any artists you done worked with? Plug yourself, plug Icon, Respect the Underground, hey, to stay up with you, anything you got coming up shows, it's the plug. Go get it.
Yeah. All right, so be sure to follow me on social media at John Blaze HD. Also follow Icon Radio at Icon Radio. You can download the app free for iPhone, Android. Respect the Underground. You know what I'm saying? We're at Monarch Theater every Friday night for Underground Fridays. Tuesday nights, myself and DJ Charlie, shout out to the core DJs, we do the Big Break Show. You know what I'm saying?
Big Break Show.
Rating and reviewing records from all over the world. So that's really cool. Check that out. You can listen to that on the app. Also, you can watch on Facebook like we did tonight on my John Blaze, DJ John Blaze Facebook page. So just tap in with me. If you're trying to get records sent to me, reach out, send them to me. I do the best I can to catch up to review these the music, but my email's crazy. So, be patient with it. And, just reach out to me. I'm a real person. You know what I'm saying? And just remember that and just create the relationship, man.
Definitely.
Yeah. But big shout out to the core DJs, Respect the Underground, the Icon Radio family, and much respect to Support District. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you for coming through and stepping through. We had a heavyweight in the building. Where are my hand claps? I need my hand claps. VA?
I heard the hand claps.
You heard them right there. They were supposed to go right there.
No, I thought you was going to say give it up one more time for...
We'll give it up one more time for John
How
Blaze.
about the real hand claps for everybody? There we go.
John Blaze.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
In the building.
That's what I'm talking about.
But we close our show out each and every Monday, and I'm going to give you a little personal secret about me and Chief.
Okay.
What?
Shut your ass up. Why you go funny with this shit?
Right. See,
he automatically
he's scared.
Well, no, he said secret. I'm a hood nigga,
No,
but
I'm gonna tell him.
I still ain't all the way out yet.
Our discussings, nigga. So you remember
The hood.
We used to
Yeah.
to be Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And we remember we had you
It's
on
a lot
the
of
show,
work.
and you were like, "This is a lot of work." I
That's
don't know
a
how
lot of
y'all
work.
do. I think you were on Wednesdays at the time.
Yeah.
And when me and Chief first came back together and we talked about coming back on there, the first thing I told this motherfucker, I was like, "Nigga, what day is Blaze on?"
Yeah.
I was like, we can't go on the same day.
That's
but,
respect.
But we respect what you do, man.
Yeah.
I
All day,
appreciate
all day.
what you do on the scene, the music that you brought us, and everything that you do for us. I got my heavy duty cap at the crib.
I know. I seen you rocking that at the.
When I hosted the award show.
That's right.
Yeah, I step out in my shit. That's
I was
what
like-
that's what I do.
I was like, damn.
I rear all my shit out when I
It's
go
like a
out, but
one of one. I know you have that.
Thank
one
you for
anymore.
coming out. We like to close out our show each and every Monday with
Words of encouragement.
words of encouragement, Chief. You gonna step up to the plate first? We'll roll down this way. You, Blaze, and myself.
Okay.
My words of encouragement this week could be
Is you going for the hoes?
To the real ones.
Hold up one second. One second.
Hold on,
'Cause you be
spill
giving the
it.
hoes advice.
spill it.
You be trying to make the hoes feel good.
Well,
Every
'cause-
week-
well,
every
'cause-
week
no,
you be
I'll
giving
try
the
to-
moms
Is that
advice.
true?
No.
Every week you be giving the baby.
Are you saying I'm a Captain Saber? I feel like that's what you're saying
I've never
over
seen
there
you with a
right
cape.
You tricking? Are you
Exactly.
tricking?
I've
You
never
ain't
seen you
never
with a
seen
cape.
me with a cape
I've
on,
never seen
nigga,
you.
ever in
I'm not
life.
gonna-
So don't say it like
You're
that.
light-skinned, but
I
you
like
ain't
to
the
help
bars
the
light-skinned.
women because look, this is what it is. Bad men mess up women, but bad women fuck up the community. So I try to help them out.
That's some real shit.
I try to help them out so that they can help
That's
us
deep.
all out. You know what I'm
Deep.
saying?
That's very
I
dangerous.
got you.
No,
I got you.
I'm
It's a
way-
dangerous statement.
And it's real. It's real though.
Say it
so I
again.
try to help
how
them
you,
out.
How you say community?
Well, community.
Okay. What
The
a D.
community.
Community.
Yeah. But no, my words of encouragement this week gonna be just for anybody out there pushing and doing your thing. Don't worry about the haters. Don't be mad if the nigga call you talking about you ain't sharing this shit or whatever the case is. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The haters gonna hate. They gonna keep
Hate is for the weak.
sending
for the
negative
Say it.
energies your way. Just
Right.
swipe that shit off like Blaze did earlier. Do one of these. You feel me? We gonna call that the Blaze swipe.
Outta here.
Blaze swipe.
The Blaze swipe. We
I
gotta
like that.
get that negative energy to Blaze swipe and keep on pushing.
Yeah,
man. Just
yeah.
keep on
Nothing.
pushing.
Yeah, be gone.
Blaze, what you got for us tonight?
I want to reach out to the younger people, man, because the younger people are the ones who are going to really take this whole thing that we're doing to the next the next level. So
Know that.
young people, embrace your talents, do you and learn something. You know what I'm saying? You're on social media, scrolling all day. If you're on social media that long, at least take some time out of the day to learn something, to make yourself better, whether it be, watching, a new Steph Curry move, you know what I'm saying, a new mix from a DJ or a new way to record yourself or build a business. Learn something because this generation is going to be very powerful. You know what I'm saying? Use the internet, use social media, and, do great things.
Well, definitely, man. Use what you got in front of you. My words tonight will be, man, it's so many different aspects we could touch, and so many different ways we can go. I would just say, believe in yourself. Whatever what you're doing, I always tell the people, your dream is your dream. Other people really don't have to believe in it, but if you don't believe in yourself, I mean, it never really manifests. And you are what you eat, motherfuckers. So stop eating all that pussy and have a good night.
I don't know if I can co-sign.
I just wanted to lighten the spirit.
Hey, man, y'all wild, man.
Hey, we wild
y'all
over
are
here, man.
wild, and I really enjoy this show. I enjoy both of you.
Nah,
you,
man,
man.
it's a
Keep
pleasure
doing what
every
you're doing.
time
Thank
you
you.
pull
Keep
up,
what you're
brother.
doing.
Thank
You're
you,
always
bro.
welcome
Hey,
here, man.
y'all are a big piece of this whole puzzle that we
No,
we
thank you,
We're
brother.
trying.
Remember
Thank
that,
you, brother.
remember that.
We're trying our best.
And y'all pay
I've done this
attention.
before.
Support this
So-
shit.
Yeah.
Support District.
You
Before
heard
we
it.
cut out
You
tonight,
heard
man, I got a couple of things I want to drop off on y'all. Make sure y'all download the Bravo app, tip or pay the cashless way. You can get that in the App Store, also on Google Play. Also, download that Support District Radio app. It's in both markets. If you're on an iPhone, go get that. Just go ahead and use your little search bar and put in support, and I'm pretty sure our app will pop up first. And that's just how we get it down. Again, shout out to Icon Radio. Download their app. Stay tuned. Each and every week on Tuesdays, my man John Blaze got his show debuting New Records. It's been a great night. Shout out to my man VA, keeping us beautiful, keeping my graphics right,
Keeping us working.
keeping my sound going. Heather B's in the building as well. Shout out to Heather B, always coming through, supporting us here at Support District Radio. Ocho, Senko, my guy, though.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dido. Dido came through, man, tonight. We supposed to get it in, Support District Radio. Y'all tune in next week.
Real quick,
We got a
Yeah.
great show next week. It's going to be the Comedy Explosion. We got about 6 comedians coming through.
You told me 3.
It's going to be about 6, though.
See how you did me?
you
Anyway,
know,
we out here.
Communication is
We out
key,
here.
man.
Good
It
night.
is key.
Wash your ass.
Hey, hold on real
Brush
quick,
your
though.
teeth and
I was
say
going to
your prayers
say,
and eat your vitamins.
hey, call your baby mama real quick and tell her that your new bitch cuter than she is. We out
my
this
goodness.
bitch. Ah!
That was horrible.
You should wash your ass.